Hey guys, Mike B. Rolling here. Haven't done a video in a few days, and I'm sitting here at my one of our bigger customers here picking up another load of bars, and I just happened to see a trailer almost identical to the trailer I used to have. First trailer I ever bought. It's called a six axle, but it's more specifically called a 9 quad 9. And I'm trying to keep my phone steady here to where you can still hear me, and I'm not blocking anything, so bear with me here. But it's called a 9 quad 9 because you've got a single axle here, and you got a 9-foot gap, and you've got 4 clustered axles. So it's 9 quad 9. 9 foot, 9 foot. So you got 1 axle, 9 foot, quad axles, 9 foot, single axle. And then of course you got your truck, you know, your tandems and your steer over here. And with this trailer in Michigan, you're allowed 18,000 on that axle. You're allowed 18,000 on that axle. And then on all 4 of these, because there's no 9-foot gap, you're allowed 13,000. So 13 times 4 is 52, and 18 is 36, and 52 and 36 is 88,000. So you're allowed 88,000 pounds on those axles. Then because you're over 80, you're not allowed 34, you're allowed 32 in Michigan. So there's 88 and 32 is 120? Yeah, 120. Then you're allowed 12 on your steers. So there's 132,000 pounds that you can gross in Michigan with that setup right there. One of the main reasons I bought my 6-axle 9 quad 9 is in the state of Indiana, you can get a permit for the entire freaking year, an annual permit for $20 with a 6-axle trailer. You can't do it with a 5 or a 4 or a 3. Only 6 and above you can get $20 annual permits. Otherwise, like with my 4-axle I got now, the single trip permit is upwards of $200 each way. It's very, very substantial savings. That's why I was saying in a video I did earlier that my 4-axle, ultimately, when I get back on the run that I used to be on, when I get dedicated back on that run and I'm full-time running up there, I'm going to put 2 more axles under this trailer here and make it a 6, but it's not going to be a 9 quad 9 like this. What I'm going to do is one there, and then I've got, you know, a 10-foot spread in the back of my trailer, so I've got that one and that one. So I'm going to put a 3rd one in between those 2. So I'll have 1, 2, 3 down axles. Then a 4th one will be a lift axle. A 5th one will be a lift axle. And then all the way up front, this is a longer trailer than mine, but basically I'm going to have 5 axles clustered. So if you took these 4 axles and moved them back, so it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a 9-foot gap, and then a single. So it'll be basically, that's what, you know, if the 7 and 8 axles up in Michigan, they call those Michigan sleds. But that's basically what it is. It's a cluster of axles in the back within either 1 or 2 singles in the front. But that's the way I'm going to build mine is a cluster of 5 with a 9-foot gap and then a single axle. Actually, mine will be a 10-foot gap. Mine's a 48-foot trailer, and that one right there is at least 51, could be upwards of 53 feet. But with a 48-footer, I'll do that way I've got the 6 axles, and I can go from buying single-trip permits to buying an annual permit for $20 for Indiana. Ohio's still, you got to buy the quarterly, you know, 4 permits a year. Kentucky, I believe you buy an annual permit, but it's quite a bit more expensive. But Indiana, that's their little loophole. It's $20. And most of my miles are Indiana miles. But yeah, that's just wanted to do a quick video on that.